Good evening, everyone, and blessed be. This is your host, Aries Starwind, and welcome back to another episode of Witchcraft After Hours. And boy, oh boy, do we have another sultry one for you this evening. Tonight's topic, orgies and witchcraft. Oh boy. Let's go. Tonight's read is from Michael Castleman from PsychologyToday.com. The name of the oh god, I'm sorry. The name of the article is Orgies Through the Ages. Let's rock and roll here. In the Bible, assuming that men could support more than one wife, they were free to be polygamous. Tradition says that King Solomon had 1,000 wives. However, for the past 2,000 years, most Western cultures have embraced monogamy, with annual exceptions. After long winters came spring, and spring fever, in quotation marks. Uh-oh, what's this about? Let's read on. As the days lengthened and agrarian cultures planted crops, many developed religious rituals to petition their deities for good harvests and livestock. These rites often included the relaxation of sexual restraints, and some involved raucous, drunken public and group sex. Spring fever sex parties definitely had rough edges. Many included alcohol, which fueled sexual assaults of both women and men. But it would be a mistake to call springtime sex festivals rape-a-thons. During the that got really dark, by the way. I'm sorry. Before I even get to the next marathon, that was a little much, but let's continue. During the 1990s, University of Chicago researchers surveyed 1,749 adult American women and found that 5%, 1 in 20, reported partner sex 4 or more times a week. Oh my gosh, really? Whoa. Some of today's women are highly sexual, and there's every reason to believe that this has been always the case. Historians agree that in spring fever, group sex rituals, women were often enthusiastic participants. The earliest known springtime public sex rituals took place in ancient Egypt. Early Egyptian mythology includes a tale similar to the story of Noah. The sun god Ra recoiled from humanity's wickedness and killed almost everyone along the Nile. Then he relented and rewarded the few survivors by flooding the fields with beer. Oh God, Ra, you sound like a great guy. Or woman, I don't know. Well, it said God, so I'm gonna go with male. But let's go. They got drunk and beseeched Ra for bountiful harvests. They also engaged in public orgiastic sex that repopulated Egypt. Whoa, that's pretty cool. I like that. All right, let's keep going here. In commemoration, every spring as the Nile flooded, the Egyptians held fertility festivals involving public drunkenness, dancing, and group sex. It's not clear what proportion of the population participated, but according to ancient historians, many did. Egypt's fertility festival influenced ancient Greece, where Dionysus was the god of wine, pleasure, fertility, and religious ecstasy. In ancient art, Dionysus rides a chariot followed by dancers, the women naked, the men with huge erections. Oh my God, where is this? Okay. Sorry, let's go. The god's acolytes were not particularly numerous, but they celebrated him during festivals called orgies. Oh, cool. That's where the word comes from. Everything comes from Greece. Participants were required to abstain from sex for 9 days beforehand, so they were eager to party. In early Rome, the fertility god was Liber. I never heard of this god before. But anyway, it was called Liber. Springtime parades honored him, featuring huge carved wooden phalluses that were carted out into the city and through the fields. Liber's springtime festivals culminated in a sacred ritual involving a married noblewoman and a priest doing the deed in public with the community watching. Oh, gosh. Let's go. Around 200 BC, the Romans adopted Dionysus, changing his name to Bacchus. The Roman historian Livy reported that early celebrations in the god's honor, Bacchanalia, were held 3 times a year and were restricted to women who abstained from sex for 10 days beforehand. But eventually, Bacchanalia included men, and for years took place monthly, featuring public drunkenness and communal lasciviousness. Lasciviousness. Come on. Why do you have to make words so, like big and out of control that it makes it hard for me to pronounce them while I'm drinking? Sorry. Let's go. Ultimately, Bacchanalia devolved into mass rape of both women and men with murmurs of sedition. Jeez, this is getting out of control. The Roman Senate had no objections to public intoxication or sex, but could not abide insurrection. In 186 BC, when Rome had almost 1 million inhabitants, Livy reported the arrest of 7,000 Bacchanalians, around 1% of the population, most of whom were executed. Bacchanalian, isn't that a drink? I think that's a name of a weird cocktail. Maybe I need to look that up too. Let's go. Despite this slaughter around the Roman Mediterranean, springtime fertility rituals continued. In some, priests petitioned the gods for a good harvest during ceremonial public sex with temple prostitutes. In others, some revelers repaired to newly planted fields for drunken orgies. As Christianity supplanted paganism, its solemn springtime holiday, Easter, followed 40 days of Lent. Oh, God. We're not going to get into that. It followed 40 days of Lent, a time of quiet reflection beginning on Ash Wednesday. But the day before Ash Wednesday, everyone partied on Fat Tuesday in French, Mardi Gras in Spanish, Carnival. Oh, you know what? I actually never really knew where they came from. But that's pretty fun. Let's go. Ever since, Mardi Gras and Carnival have been celebrated with copious alcohol and the relaxation of sexual constraints. Several Renaissance popes celebrated Carnival year-round. In 1501, the Italian nobleman and Catholic Cardinal Cesare Borgia, Duke of Valentinois, organized a party at the Papal Palace. Featured the Pope, high-ranking clergy, and 50 courtesans. God, why do I have to? I took French in high school, so I know how to pronounce them, but geez, stop using them right now. I've been drinking. I don't need to pronounce big words. Let's go. They all dined together, then stripped naked and convorted. Oh, God. Oh, gosh. Renaissance Italian nobility also enjoyed masked balls, masquerades. Many of the masks featured exaggerate noses resembling erections. Oh, maybe this is where that movie Eyes Wide Shut comes from. With participants' faces and identities obscured, masquerades also included communal sex that sometimes devolved into rape and even murder. Oh my gosh. This is okay, this is out of control now. Okay, last part. God, let's just get through this. Oh my goodness. In medieval England, the springtime fertility ritual Beltane, I celebrate Beltane, took place in late April, eventually settling in May 1st. Celebrants danced around a huge phallic symbol, the maypole, yeah, the maypole, and then repaired to the fields, where they drank and did the deed. In 1644, the Puritans banned May cavorting. In the 17th century, England and Europe, brothels were commonplace and stratified for social class. Upperclassmen also joined fraternal organizations or gentlemen's clubs. Many regularly contracted with madams to send dozens of sex workers to country estates of unrestrained group romps. This tradition continued into the 20th century. In 1961, British aristocrats and bevy of young women attended a pool party at the English country estate. Pool party? What is this, frickin' Miami? Sorry, let's go. Secretary of War John Profamo played with alleged sex worker Christine Keeler, who was also involved with a Russian naval attaché and suspected spy. The ensuing scandal almost brought down the government. Oh my God, that article was like dark and like I don't know how I feel after reading that. I don't know if I need to like get in the shower or something. But there you go, everybody. That was tonight's read. Oh my goodness, that was a little much. But this was Orgies Through the Ages. It was by Michael Castleman. You could read this article yourself. You just have to go to psychologytoday.com. So I hope you all enjoyed the read as much as I did. I had fun, even though I feel weird and discomfortable. Discomfortable? Is that a word? Uncomfortable. Oh, God. Sorry. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the read tonight as much as I did. And yeah. So I'll see you all on the next night that I have another read, which will most likely be tomorrow night. So God is blessed. Blessed be. And everybody have a wonderful, wonderful evening.